What is up, you guys? I have a brand new concept video for you, and it is on the rest of the Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria Simulator characters. As we all know, Funko made a wave of the FNAF 6 characters and left a lot of characters out, so I made a concept video filling in some of those blanks with characters that they missed, but I did not include all the characters, so I just decided to make this video to, 1, just make the rest of the characters and get it over with, and 2, I am working on a special video for FNAF's anniversary, and it's going to come out on FNAF's anniversary, so, you know, just be there. I might do a premiere. I've never really done one of those before, so I might just test it out. And, yeah, that's all I got to say. Now let's get right into the concepts. The first concept is of Music Man. For Music Man, I used Balloon Boy and Funtime Foxy as a base. I used Balloon Boy for the head and Funtime Foxy for the body. So I basically just shaped up Balloon Boy's head a bit. I made his cheeks, nose, and I gave him eyebrows, and I made those all pink. I gave him Springtrap's teeth. I gave him Golden Freddy's eyes. I gave him a top hat. And then for Funtime Foxy's body, I took away the bow tie. I gave his secondary color purple, except for the tummy, which I just kept pink. And the speaker I left there, obviously. And you're going to be saying, why doesn't he have the 6 legs? And that's because, if you watched my last video, it's Funko, and I'm making these edits as if Funko would have made the plushies. And let's be real, I don't think Funko would go all out and give Music Man 6 legs. And if they did, it'd probably be 10 times more expensive. So let's just pretend that Funko would make this just with 2 legs, and he doesn't have his instrument because Funko doesn't do that with their plushies. Like, you don't see Freddy with his microphone or Bonnie with his guitar, so I didn't give Music Man his instrument. And yeah, that is it for Music Man. Okay, now we're getting into the weird ones. So now we're getting into the trash and the gang characters. So first up, we got number 1 crate. And just in case you're wondering, the reason the images of the real characters have white behind them and they're not a PNG is because there are some terrorists on Google who label their images as PNGs, but when you save them, they're not PNGs. So if there's ever an image with a white background, it's because those goddamn terrorists like to ruin my life! So for number 1 crate, I used a creeper head as the base. I also used that for Anim Dude's head in the FNAF World concept video I made. And yeah, I just made it blue. I gave it a what would you call that? Like a cross pattern to make it look like a crate. I gave it some red hands from the actual plushies, and of course 2 eyes from the actual plushies. And boom, we got number 1 crate. I'm assuming he'd be like half the price of a normal plush because, you know, look at how tiny he is, and you know, he's just so cute. Like, come on, who wouldn't want a plushie of number 1 crate? So next up is Bucket Bob. I'm sorry, these plushies just look so hilarious, but it's like, come on, they're trash in the gang. I don't think they'll ever get merch, but they're just too funny, like, come on. But for Bucket Bob, I used really nothing as a base. I just got a plain rectangular body, and I used Bonnie's ears as the limbs because he's made out of sticks. And then for the mittens, I just used a normal plushie's hands and just shaped them to look like mittens. And the bucket, the bucket is just a normal bucket, but I did that so it looked like kind of like a shiny material, kind of like Nightmare Foxy's feet. And yeah, and then there'd probably be a printed face of Bucket Bob's little goofy expression. So yeah, that is Bucket Bob. So the next plushie is of our man Pan Stan, who can be the man. Anyway, so for Pan Stan, I did the same thing that I did for Bucket Bob. I just got a normal rectangle for the body, and I used Bonnie's ears as the limbs. For the head, I just got a normal plushie's limb, and I used that as the head. And then, again, it'd probably be printed on Pan Stan's face. And yeah, that face is actually like not made by plush, it's just printed on, like taken straight from the actual character. And yeah, that is Pan Stan, the man who... I'll shut up. The next plush is of Mr. Cando. So for Mr. Cando, his body is just like a regular trash can made out of just like an image of felt because there's no plush of a trash can. Like, there was nothing I really could have used as a base. For the limbs, again, I used the Bonnie's ears for the little like sticks that are leaning against the trash can. And for his head, again, it's just a normal plush limb but shaped to look like a balloon. And his eyes and smile are, again, would probably be printed and are made with just normal pieces of felt that I just shaped to look like Mr. Cando's face. The next plushie is of Mr. Hugs. This one is my favorite because he just looks so cute. But for Mr. Hugs, I again just used like a random piece of felt that I shaped to look like him as a base. So at first I made like the bag behind him, and then I made the metal stick, again just out of a random piece of felt that I shaped to look like it. So I did that for his for those two poles. And then for his hands, I used a normal plush limb that was just white. For his eyes, I used the normal plushie eyes, except I made them black and white because, you know, he has those black googly eyes. And then, again, the rest of it is just shapes made to just look like Mr. Hugs. And the next and final concept is of, I don't really know who this is. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I really just don't know who he is. You get him at the end of FNAF 6. I don't know. I think it might be if you don't buy Lefty, or if you do buy I don't something to do with Lefty. I don't really know his name. If you do know his name, comment down below. Yeah, I just used random pieces of felt again that I just shaped to look like him. The sign is just normal text, and the eye is a normal plush eye. And then again, random pieces of felt that are just made to look like his facial expression. And that is it for the mystery guy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I have 2 bonus edits that are both terrible. Well, JJ not really, but Plush Trap, ugh, it's really bad. But again, it's for the anniversary video that I just have cooking up, and some of you could probably guess what it is. I'm not gonna say it just because. And yeah, so I missed Plush Trap in the FNAF 4 video that I made, and I always forget Plush Trap. I don't know why. I just always forget he exists for some reason. And JJ wasn't in any of the other videos because, you know, she didn't really fit anywhere. Maybe in the Wizards one, but then again, I was like, those are the Wizards characters, not a JJ. But yeah, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and goodbye.